up, subscribers and lurkers? It's your girl, the Lazy Girl, and I'm back with another video. But before I get into it, make sure you join the family so I don't have to keep calling you a lurker. Nobody wants to be doing my eyes all over. Just join the family. Join the family. You won't regret it, I promise. So today, like I said, I am watching all of the different variations of Dune. Like I said, I'm not reading those books. Okay, I'm not doing it, but I will be watching them. So I watched the original one that was from like the 70s or 80s, David Lynch's Dune. So then I decided to give Frank Herbert's Dune a chance. This actually aired on Sci-Fi, 3-part series. Sci-Fi actually does a really good job when they're able to take a movie or a story and kind of like put it in like a little mini-series and draw it out. They did a really good job with like Tin Man. They did a good job with Alice in Wonderland. Well, it was Alice, but it was Alice in Wonderland. And I actually felt like they did a pretty okay job with this as well. This was in conjunction with Sky One. Everybody kind of had British accents, so I believe it was Sky One. I don't think it was BBC. I guess just like the other ones, honestly. But yeah, so let's get into it. What did I not? The only thing I really didn't like about this version was the set. So in the original one, obviously, it was a movie, and usually for the miniseries, they kind of do a movie as well. So bigger budget. But this one felt like it had a smaller budget. This one felt as though it was, I feel like it was done in a play format. So, maybe they just had different things, and then you walk up the steps, and then there are different rooms, or however they do plays. I don't watch plays. But it was just like, the background themselves looked cheap. And I am not comparing them, because I had a friend of mine tell me, you cannot compare the graphics of everything from the 1980s to Avengers, 2020. And I'm not doing that. I never do that, I actually usually don't watch older movies because I don't like the graphics, but I'm comparing it to its time. So, especially for this to have been made in the year 2000 something, like, the graphics were trash. It was like, what am I watching? This is not the 2000 movies I'm used to, and it wasn't even just the coloring. It was just like, what is this? What is that wall? The wall looks fake. Can you push it over? If I blow on it, will it fall? The little worm thing, he didn't look too bad. But everything else just felt like, what time is this? They did, however, graphic-wise, get the blue eyes together, or the blue glowing eyes, because that first original movie, sometimes the eyes were blue, sometimes they weren't. So maybe one eye was blue, the other eye was regular, because they just couldn't get it right. So with this one, they got that right, and that was, job well done. The original movie, and I'll just compare the two movies. The original movie, I was bored out of my mind, and that's not to say I wasn't bored with this one, but this one did a lot better job of telling the story, like the actual book story, than the original one. So David Lynch's Dune, it felt like it was the jumpiest thing I'd ever watched in my life. And people say that they didn't like the new Fantastic Four because it was jumpy, but this was jumpy. It was like, okay, now, there was some weird guy coming in a tank talking to like the Emperor. It was like, what's the tank? They didn't explain that in that movie. In this one, they explained how that works. They didn't show the tank, but they explained how it worked. Then it was like, what's going on? So then we traveled to Arrakis. Dad's dead, on the run, but you're not really seeing how all of this is going. Mom all of a sudden has a daughter. Okay. Then all of a sudden the mom and the daughter bald-headed, okay, wearing the robes or whatever. Then all of a sudden back at the castle. I was like, what am I watching? So at least for this one, for Frank Herbert's version, they told the story. Like, it was a lot. It was 3 hours, what was it, like 5 hours? It felt like 3.5, I don't know, it was in 3 parts, so maybe they were an hour each, not really sure. But they told the story. You see why they're going to Arrakis. You're seeing, like, who's really plotting on his dad. You see, how his dad goes out when he does die. We see them move to Arrakis. We see life. We see the betrayal. Why he got betrayed, because I don't remember in the original one if we saw the betrayer, the saboteur. We didn't see them, I don't believe. They explained like the little redhead people, it was just a lot. We got to see him when they were escaping in the desert. We got to see the little girl, which was his sister, got to see her grow up. Can't remember, she got bald-headed in this one, but you understood everything, okay? They explained everything. They explained the spice, where the spice came from, how Deep got the name, why people were following him. It was a whole thing. So much better. So yeah, I feel like if you want to watch Dune, watch this one. And then watch the new one that will be coming out, I guess, next year, maybe year after next. Who knows when it's coming out. But watch this one because it will make you want to watch that one. Granted, I liked it a little bit more well, I liked it a lot more, but I still really don't have a desire to read the books. I really don't care about the story itself. Maybe if I read the books, I'd be like, you know what, I love this. But just watching the movies, I'm like, I can do without this in my life. But for you guys, I will be watching the next one, Children of Dune, that has James McAvoy in it, and we'll see what happens, because obviously the original Dune and the David Lynch's Dune, Frank Herbert's Dune, they end the exact same way. So we'll see what happens. I will let you guys know how it is. This one was better, still not great. It's not a great story. I would rather read The Gunslinger. I would rather read, you know, there are a lot of things I'd rather read. I'd rather read Oedipus. I'd rather read The Odyssey than to read this. I'd rather read The Hobbit. I'd rather read Lord of the Rings. There are just so many things. So many long books in the series that I would rather read than this. But, if you know, it was decent. It was a decent book, I guess, if you like whomever the author is. And I didn't even look it up because I didn't like it that much. That's how much I didn't like it. But, like I said, I'll watch the next one that has James McAvoy. It also is sci-fi miniseries form. And I will let you guys know. Kind of can't compare it because it's a totally different story, but I'll compare it to the original one, or I'll compare it to Frank Herbert's Dune, and let you guys know how the two measure up. Alright, thank you for watching me ramble. Like I said, join the family so you don't have to be a lurker anymore. See you next time. Bye!